Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about self-analysis and how that is not helping you to become your better self, and I will explain. So, a lot of us, we love to analyze ourselves, and sometimes we are doing it even without realizing it. For example, have you ever taken an online personality test? Myers-Briggs, for example, and have you compare your own result to other people's result and see which category you fall into? Or even have you clicked on the link on Facebook and to find out which Game of Thrones character are you? That things like that. And sometimes it's because we are curious, or it's like everybody will want to know more about ourselves. And sometimes it's like because we believe that is the way for us to heal and to improve. So we are doing this analysis in the name of self-improvement. Especially I know like for a lot of us, a lot of people who watch my videos and read my blogs, we are the type of people who are into psychology, into self-help. We read a lot of books on these topics, and we are into growing and expanding. We listen to people's lectures, and we know about all these theories and tools of the human behavior and human psyche. And if you want, you can use all these tools to apply to yourself and analyze yourself, pick yourself apart and put yourself back together in the logical way. And most of us, we are trained to do this from a very early age because education, right? Education is all about analysis, that we live in a society that worships intellect and logic and analysis and science. So that's what we are trying to do in school, at work, and that extends into our personal lives, into our relationships. And I know a lot of people, especially if you're in the healing profession, if you're a therapist or a life coach, or even if you're just like a self-help junkie, we love to analyze our own behaviors and we love to analyze other people, our loved ones. Oh, why are they doing things the way they do them? Is that because some childhood trauma? Or is that because of some hidden fear that this person is not aware of? And today I am procrastinating. Is that because I have a hidden fear of success? Or if I have problem with authority figures, maybe that's because I had a difficult relationship with my dad when I grew up, that sort of thing. You can do these things all day long, and we do them because we think they help us. They help us get out of the pattern that we are in. Well, I would say sometimes they do help us, right? So if you've never examined your past, if you've never examined your childhood, or if you're into that kind of thing, if you've never examined your past life and you just want to know more about it so that you can find out some logical reasons of why you are having certain idiosyncrasies or certain weaknesses and certain things that you cannot explain in yourself. And with that kind of knowledge, sometimes it helps us to come to terms with things, with who we are and where we are. And sometimes it helps give you a peace of mind and help you to get a better sense of control about your life. And sometimes it even motivate changes in our behaviors just by consciously knowing about why we do certain things in a certain way, just to give ourselves some reason, no matter how real that reason is. Now, that's a lot of the self-help and self-improvement is about, right, in this day and age. However, I would argue that that kind of thing is really, how would I put it? A high school version of self-improvement. Now, don't get me wrong. I've done that. I've done plenty of that myself. And that's why I'm talking about this, because I love to analyze things. I love to analyze myself and other people. But at some point, I realized this is really not helping. It's not helping because if you want a better relationship with yourself, if you want a genuine, authentic, deep connection with your own being, what you need is intimacy. Intimacy is the opposite of analysis. Because when you analyze something, you just think about it, right? You are in a position of stepping aside, stepping back, and look at the thing that you are analyzing objectively. And here, for me, the definition of being objective is just that you are objectifying things. And in this case, if you're analyzing yourself, you are objectifying yourself. You're putting yourself in the position of an object for a evaluation. And when you're objectifying, you're already distancing yourself. So that's why it is the opposite of intimacy. So if you want to have any sort of intimacy with yourself, which is about relating, it's about identifying, it's about stepping into this person's shoes, then, analyzing things is really a complete waste of time, actually, because you are going the opposite direction of where you want to go. And this is true with our relationships with ourselves, and it's totally true when it comes to relationship with some other person. So that's why I want to tell you, analyzing yourself, it only gets you so far. If you really want to grow and expand and become all that you can be, you need to have a better relationship with your own inner being. And that requires what I would call a graduate school version of self-improvement, which entails the following, which may sound radical to some people, but again, it depends on where you are. Some people, you're ready for this. Sometimes we are not ready for this. Then that's totally okay. So here's the perspective of the graduate version of relationship with yourself. The only job you have in this relationship with yourself is to love and honor and support your own precious being. Again, love and honor and support your own precious being, and completely believe in and trust and have complete trust in your own growth process without having to inserting yourself into fixing, healing, probing, and improving from where you are today. So your only job here in this relationship with yourself is to love. Period. End of story. No analysis, no improvement, no fixing, no healing. I know this it's actually very, very hard for a lot of people, right? I myself included, because again, I love to analyze things. But the thing is, that is really what allows you to deepen any relationship, including a relationship with yourself. So I would really challenge you to see yourself, instead of as some object, some being that needs to be improved. Instead of seeing things that way, see yourself as a pure gift that consciousness gives to itself. See it as a privilege for you to hang out with this precious being that is you every day and every moment in this precious life that you have together. And really see your own being as a blessing and feel grateful about it, about this relationship that you have with your own consciousness, with your own being. And that to me is the graduate version of self-improvement. Because believe it or not, your growth and expansion does not need your help. You are already intelligent enough and dynamic enough. And in order to grow and expand at the pace that is completely right for you, your life has its own innate intelligence. It's just like your relationship with someone else, right? You've got to trust that person has what it takes to rise up to the challenge, to sort out their own shit without you having to interfere in trying to change them. If you have that kind of trust, it's more likely that you have a better relationship with that person, right? It's the same deal with yourself. And also, you may wonder, okay, then how about all these reasons? How about but sometimes I behave in this way. It's because of my childhood. It's because of some past experience. But those reasons are there, right? What I would say is, it depends on your perspective. You can say, okay, I'm having these idiosyncrasies, these annoying habits, these behaviors or these psychological traits that are not convenient, they're not helping me to get to where I want to go or get to where my ego wants to go. It's because of my history, of whatever, my upbringing. That is one perspective. There is also another perspective, which is, believe it or not, you chose your own idiosyncrasies, your own imperfections, your own talents and gifts, whether you want them or not, so that you can be here, practice unconditional love, so that you can have the privilege to practice self-acceptance, to practice self-love, to practice supporting and adoring this precious person that is who you are. And that to me is the highest reason, if we are talking about the reasons and causes of why things are the way they are. That to me is the highest reason, the truest reason of why you are having these different kinds of traits and habits and psychological profiles that you have today. So it really depends on how you look at things. And I challenge you, if you are ready for this, to adopt and start practicing this graduate school version of self-improvement. And go easy on analysis in order to have more intimacy with the precious, precious being that you call you. All right, that's all for today. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it, don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends. I'll see you next time.